What is up? Today's Tuesday, so it's time for a tiny house tutorial. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to build a Skyrim themed house. You will need the Savage Wild and Riders of Hyboria DLCs to complete this build. With that said, let's get to it. We're going to start the build by placing frontier foundations. We'll be raising them approximately 6 to 7 times off of the ground and forming a 2x4 rectangle. Once those are placed, we'll be placing 2 more foundations here and here. Next up, we're going to be placing a raised layer of stable fence foundations around the base of our build. In order to raise the foundation, we'll first be snapping a fence onto our frontier foundation. We'll then be snapping a wedge foundation to the fence. Notice how the wedge foundation is slightly raised from the frontier foundation. We will repeat this process one more time. Once finished, we'll delete the fence and first wedge foundation we placed. We'll then snap another wedge foundation here, and then snap a stable fence foundation to it. At this point, we are now ready to add our layer of raised stable foundations around the base of our build. Just leave an open spot here. And we can now delete the stable fence and wedge foundations, at which time your build should look something like this. Moving on to the front porch, we'll be placing insulated wooden ceiling pieces across the front of our build. Make sure you're snapping them to the frontier foundations. Once placed, snap wooden struts to the bottom of your ceiling pieces. We're then going to place insulated wooden stair pieces in these 2 spots. Moving on to the entrance of our build, we'll start off by placing a frontier doorway in the gap that we left from earlier. Make sure the outer face is facing towards the interior of your build. We're then going to place 3 more struts in these spots. Now place frontier walls on top of the pieces you just placed, making sure the outer faces are pointed inward, followed up with an insulated wooden ceiling. Before we forget, let's place some stable fences at these points. Now it's time to wall in our structure. We'll do this by placing frontier windows and walls in these spots. Once again, make sure the outer faces are facing inward. In preparation for the roof, add frontier sloped walls and wall caps in these spots. Now to complete the roof, we'll start off by placing a layer of frontier ceilings by snapping them to the top of our frontier walls. We're then going to snap the appropriate thatch roof pieces in these spots. To finish the roof, we'll be placing thatch awnings. Make sure you're snapping them to the frontier ceilings that you placed inside the structure. If you do this correctly, the awnings and roof pieces should run flush with each other. And to finish the build, let's add a door.